Right. One's tape. God grant us the serenity, the strength, the style and grace to get through this day. Hallelujah. Jesus saves. Yeshua, to rescue, Jesus. That's what it means, to rescue, deliver from. I can tell you, I definitely have been feeling doing a whole hell of a lot better since I've accepted Jesus. And it's, there's a lot of things that come with it, but it's with the Most High. You ride with the Most High. Battle of rescuing souls and doing this work for the Most High, for God. All religions bickering over this and that. Man, it's just fundamentals here, We all know that Jesus wasn't white, So you don't need to be doing that, saying that sort of thing. Man, I listen to too much stuff. Just to give you an idea. Get home from work. I was just, did that video, night call edition. We still in Lent. There have been temptations, but I have not fapped, if that's what it is, fapping. I've not done that. I mean, I've looked at pictures, and then I go, oh wait, no. Totally I'm totally riding with it, See how long I can do this, man, Been a lot of temptation. And it's just, it's all fake, I mean, what the hell, the first time I ever, I masturbated by accident. How it went was that this is the road I go down. I was just, I drew pictures, like little comics. I had a female character, and they were like little chicken scribbling drawings. I don't know if I ever admitted this on video, but it might as well, to keep with the surrealism of what it is I do. But high school, I was listening to Sublime and Mighty Mighty Boss Stones and that kind of stuff. And I was kind of a loner type. I go home and I got the Sports Illustrated swimsuit with Tyra Banks on it, and Steffi Graf, and they're just all iconic women. Stacey Williams. It was the first time I ever got a magazine like that, you know, because I just was not into porno or any of that. I just sort of was kind of cleaned of it. I was aware of it, and it was sick and disgusting. But, like, you know, I was really into Sports Illustrated. I was into Mike Tyson and all the stories. You know, I was really into boxing. You know, I could tell you baseball stats and this and that, and basketball, all that stuff. But they slipped it in there. And I remember getting this Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition in the mail, and it was just like, whoa, don't show mom, you know? I was like, should I own this? There must have been some kind of mistake, you know? Because I did not expect anything like that. So I got this in the mail, and it was just like, it was strange, because it was like, I was looking at a woman in a swimsuit, you know? And it was like a very, you know, like, sexualized shot, like Tyra Banks is, that's her name, right? Tyra Banks. Her boobs and like that bikini with the polka dots. Oh man, it's just like, whoa, you know? Jeez, it's like fucking like statuesque or something. But it, like, the sex like slithered in. And this is, you know, mind you, like, you got all that kind of stuff subliminally with Disney. And, you know, just like inventing these horny little boys and girls. And, well, it didn't take long till I just started drawing my own little comics. And it would always be about, like women in space, and the women had bikinis on, or like scantily dressed. And my main character was a woman named Lee, and she had like kind of like all burnish blonde hair, or yeah, but it was light colored hair, and it would always go over one eye. And if I don't remember, I think it might have been, it always went over the right eye. And this is really strange when I think of it, you know? Because that's very symbolic. I don't know what, see, that was a program. It was like I was being told of this abstraction was like the order in which I should be like lusting after. And even in my young self, I saw it, you know? You know, the one-eyed thing is, come on now, you know? That is a right brain, left brain construct, and it's symbolic on a lot of levels, you know? It's very subliminal. It speaks to the eye of the pyramid. Set took off the eye of Horus. You know, he got it on the dollar bill. All that. You know all this stuff already, you know? I'm not telling you anything new here, you know? Anybody can tell you this stuff. But all the symbolic stuff I was doing in my little comics, you know? And I'd always have the character, the woman, she'd somehow, and the main villain was like this robot goat called Scapegoat. I can't make this shit up, man. I did make this shit up, but like I was programmed to do this shit. And the woman, Lee, would always like kind of find herself in a damsel in distress situation, and she would be like tied up or bound and gagged, and there was a lot of bondage. And I was really, you know, I mean, through cartoons. The first time I remember Eddie Murphy, Golden Child, the woman tied up with toilet paper. I might have already said that in the video, I don't remember. But I was like strangely aroused by that, you know? And to this day, I'm very much like into that. That's like my kink. Like I just, like a woman like bound and gagged is like, I love the visual. There's so many things to it. There's so many levels. Because one, we are like pretty much bound and gagged in this fucking earth realm, on this plane. And you want to want to see her get free, you know? And that was another thing too. It was like she gets caught, Lee gets caught, then like bound and gagged, and then escapes, and then it happens again. And it's just like, and I'd have her like in a bikini or dressed like a prostitute, or like really short skirt and like sleeveless bra, maybe like a leather jacket or something. But just like archetypal stuff. And I'm like, I'm a fucking teenager and I'm doing this stuff. Like I think I'm preteen I'm preteen when I was doing this. And I would just keep doing, going and making these little comics. And I had like shoe boxes of them. And you know what? I found them hidden away in my parents' house, and I was like, oh shit. So I grabbed them and I look at them like, wow, man. So the first time I ever and this could be like a help video for like people that are going through boys going through those changes, and how it's like all kicked on you. Like I watched this video with the dude from MDE, Charles, and he was saying it was like MTV. You would feel disgusted whenever they'd say, "Let's talk about sex, baby," or like the word sex would appear, and that was the way to describe this thing that happens between a man and a woman, or whatever you identify as. But at the time, it was man and a woman. And the word sex doesn't really. What the fuck does that even mean? It like when you are with a lover, you don't have sex. There's no word for it. I totally fucking agree with that. It's a spiritual experience. It was by like no coincidence that I met and have shared making love, or I'd rather call it that than sex. It's by no coincidence, and it was a very sacred thing. Should be viewed as such. But these words, sex, it sounds so, I can't make heads or tails of it. I don't know what it fucking means. And yet when you like fill out a form, it's your sex. What are you, male or female or other? And that's just, there's things here that we do not have words for, and we don't need words for it. So as I'm going through this Lent, I'm like having to confront my child self, and like the sort of like how did I get to this point, that depressing point where I was just completely in the matrix, like watching videos of women like bound and gagged, and a man in the video, I just I never could get that, I never could get it. That to me is a little weird. Like if you're whacking off to some guy, giving it to, and that industry is just all like fucking in violence, Oh it feels good to. Oh yeah, fucking A, man. But yeah, and then like when the internet came around, it was like whoa, you know. I would see these things like I'd tell you the names of the companies, but I don't know if I should do that. I don't know how powerful or what they are. The bots. I've been getting a couple of porn bots in my videos. How do I know? Because, like a fool, I clicked on the link. What a fool. I was like, what is this? What the fuck? You know, that's rule, it's like a golden rule. You don't click on fucking suspicious links. But I accidentally, we'll go back to the surreality of it, was I was making these comics with my main character, Lee. She'd always wear like a bikini and always be in these perilous situations. And she was like a queen or a princess or something, and she was a detective. She was all these things. She always got the last word. You know, an adventurer, I don't know, superheroine, whatever. It was all these things. And I just was like, I was like, the fantasy like got me hard, and I was up against my bed, which had like a wooden, what do you call it? Wooden side, like a wood side, and I would just rub up against it. And first time I never used my hands. In fact, it would be a while till I figured out when I talked to, when I just was like, just trying to find out what the fuck would just happen. Because I didn't know about this, you know? And then of course, I rubbed up against some wood, the wood on the bed, and then I ejaculated. And it was like the strangest thing. I thought that something fucking crazy just happened. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, I was ashamed. I was like, did anyone see this? Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, I had no words for it. And it felt, you know, it felt good, you know? Like, when, you know? But that was my first time. And I did that a couple of times. You know? Maybe I feel like that comfortable to talk about it, like how Dolly did. You know, how he talked about it. But then, yeah, when, you know, and then I would like, you know, then you find out that you could ease the mess by jerking off in a sock. Then when I was older, I would just jerk off on myself and like smear it. And then I treated it like a ritual, like sex magic. Then I would save up my cum in a pill bottle. You know, and on the full moon, I'd go into the woods and I'd spray it around and do a ritual. You know, did all kinds of stuff. And the sex magic thing kind of, yeah, it does work. It's strange stuff. I don't know if I, you know, I wouldn't go back to it. It's well, one is that one time I just left it come in a bottle for like a long ass time. And it was like black. It was disgusting. It was fucking like, ugh. So, but yeah, this Lent, you know, and that's I guess my, because I already you know, folded on the drinking, and if I could do this one thing, because man, I just got so much like fucking It's like pent up tension, but I just remind myself that I'm riding with Jesus, you know? And that he was saving up all that loving, you know? Saving up all that love. You ain't got, it ain't sex. And I don't, you know, I think the first time virginity was like first time I was just like hard the whole time and could not get off. We were in that car for like 2 hours or 3, and I tried, you know, I just couldn't get off, or he couldn't ejaculate. Maybe it was just I treated it like it was sex, and I was totally like a nihilistic teen. I read Albert Camus' The Stranger, and that fucking spoke to me at those times. So then I was kind of like, oh, wait a minute, they wrote a book about me when I was a teen. And just so impressionable. You're always impressionable. Like, just before I found Jesus, I was reading George Bataille. And I don't know what I really got from it. The impossible. Like I kind of forced myself to read it. I thought it was going to be a good book, but then like the more I read, it was just so depressing and full of depravity. And I said, do I want this in myself? Before that, I read the Bukowski. The Bukowski, man, he's got great wit, but fuck, man, you know. It just, you know, he just was in love with the life of just getting fucked up, you know, and proud of it. I'm got the Irish, you know, so top of the morning to you. The Irish breakfast. But everything that you're like taught about like love through all these channels, it's all a fucking lie. It's all like just saying the word sex. I feel so dirty, you know. Like the S-E is like sex. It's like a sax. Sax? If you're in Boston, Mass, you'd say sax. You want to go have sax? And the X part. What is this, like the Osiris ritual? What the fuck? You know? X. And that's like what a lover that is no longer a lover. So you got the X in there. They call them ex-lovers, sex. It's just like, what the fuck, you know? What sense does this make? Our words, our convoluted structure of words in English language, just even saying them, man. That's why I'm just getting really fucking bored with this, you know? Like, I just, listen to me. I talk like a, you know, a Cro-Mag man or something, you know? But yo, the Cro-Mags were awesome. They were fucking awesome. Agent Coral. John Joseph, that guy's inspired. That guy helps people. John Joseph, man. He helps people. I don't know too much about Harley Flanagan. I don't know too much about him. John Joseph's a fucking, I met him, man. He always came into San Loco. I was working, and he ordered, you know, the guy told me he always ordered the same thing. I forget what it was, man. But like, you know, I met him briefly. I was like, shit, man, John Joseph, you know, hey. You know, I didn't say any of that. I just kind of just talked to him like a regular guy, you know. But in the back of my mind at the time, I was like, man, yo, this guy is a walking, living legend, man. Every man that holds their head up should be viewed as a walking legend. Every woman that put her head up And, you know, John Joseph admittedly, at a time when it was like not cool, you know, oh, you like those Hare Krishna hardcore bands? They'd say, oh, fuck that. But yo, John Joseph laid it down, man. The Bodhivata Gita, he's one of the reasons why I picked it up, man. You know, and also I live in an area where it's a lot of people are, you know, a lot of people go to the temple. You got a lot of Indian folk. But when I try to talk to them about the Bodhivata Gita, they don't. I have not gotten anybody. I mean, I've come across a bunch of people. We just rap and talk. But like, I'd say like about 85%. Like, it was just like I talked to Bodhivata Gita, you know, Krishna, and you know, I didn't really get any response. I'm still reading it. It's taking a while. I'm in the transcendental meditation part. It's funny, a lot of spiritual books, really big ones, I've read like, I'd say about 75% of them. You know, I just don't finish the whole book. It takes a while. It takes me a long time to read some of these scriptures because I have to reread them over and over again. Namo Amida Butsa. I taught my mom how to say that, and she surprised me the other day. You know, last time I saw him a couple of weeks ago, she just, out of the blue, just said, Namu Amida Butsa. And she said it correct. And I was like, whoa, man, my mom remembered that. That's fucking cool. Oh man, I'm here really early. Oh well, just sit and talk in the parking lot. This is a pretty good episode, talking about a lot of stuff. You can tell by the, I don't know if I'm actually doing it, you know, well, just doing it for the future. You know, I look at the views and I'm like, oh, you know, 5 or 6 people watch this, and some of them are just me that I rewatched to just see if I said anything slick, and I'm like, I'll give it. No, I'm not gonna edit it. I'm like, nah, fuck it. Or you click on it to edit the video, and then just to put the cross in it. So I don't even know if people are watching it, but you know, if they do, you know, hope they're getting the message, because they are getting the message, yeah. I tell you, I'm a lot more relaxed ever since I've been riding with Jesus. I've cut out the wine on a couple of nights. I'm a wino like that mom in the OC, except I'm not that bad. I know not to drink and drive. I did that when I was younger, you know, thinking it was the fucking coolest thing in the world. When in reality, that's just absolutely dangerous. And if you do that and you're young, but they tell the kids to do that shit, you know, like they, like just, you know, for instance, we'll use a political example, you know, DNC, Hillary Clinton campaign, they had Pusha T and Jay-Z, and, you know, I mean, the lyrics really are nothing of substance. They're talking about pushing drugs and, you know, not fucking with their, you know, just get out of their fucking way, you know? Push it T, man, you know? Like I loved that, the clips, man, you know? That, Hell Hath No Fury. I can't even listen to it anymore, man. I can't, it's really hard to listen to some of this older music, man. You know? Even on some of the stuff from the 90s, it's fucking hard to listen to it. The lyrics, to tell you the truth, it's hard to really listen to much of anything these days. Even then, I mean, this band here, Lord and Guard, you know? I like this, you know? I forget her name. She passed away, from, something of her spine. She was in Charlie's Angels for one episode. And I think she did a movie or two. But she's doing this album and she just has this, whoa, such a beautiful voice and these guitars from the guy from Warlord. And this is like epic Viking metal Christian stuff. I dig it so much. Yeah. Yeah, it was like I saw this Annie Hardy video, and or I don't even remember. I just was like one morning I was just binging on the podcast. I must have listened to like 3 of them or something. I don't know, 4. Because I was just like, hey man, you know, it's just a lot more, you know, balls deep in it, you know. I know he's balls deep, but like I'm just, you know, I'm not a smart guy, you know. I'm not like gonna build a rocket, you know. Even with the words, do a lot of and be. Yeah, just because I'm just you know, just getting ready to go to work. Try not to think of being tired. I always come in there one like fucking drum kick in the air. She said a lot of things. She said of how like she just detached herself from like everything, music, all influence, and just like reprogrammed, you know, had a total recall. And to me, it sounded like Dion Fortune in a lot of ways, you know. I mean, it sounds exactly like I'd say Annie Hardy's probably like the second, you know, like the second coming of Dion Fortune or something. I mean, you pick any kind of woman that's went through that, you know, where they just cut off all of society because they felt like they were constantly under attack or duress. And you know what? You know, your men are programmed, and I just told you, like you just heard that weird, you know, the weird fantasies that I had when I was a teen. You know, they're programmed both. You know, and the important thing is that we acknowledge it and see it for what it is. Because our women are under duress all the time. It's just psychic bombardment of just trash and vile filth. And how do we ever come to accept this as just normalcy, or this is normal? It's absolute filth. Decadent filth that always seems to be around. And you know it's not decadent or timeless, or no, what's not decadent? Yeah, riding with Jesus. Yo, pick your Jesus, any Jesus, you know? It's gonna rescue your soul. Bring you back to this path of like being compassionate and a loving person and actually feeling like empathy towards humans, you know? And it's, you know, it's hard out here, man. Some of these people, man, they're just walking around and I don't even know if there's nobody behind the wheel. I always say stuff like that. You know, the rich has got them. And they in the clutches, Baphomet pulling them strings. And it's just, you know, you genuinely say something to them, and they don't even meet you with the eyes. Man, I saw at work, I don't know if you know who Billie Eilish is or whatever, man, but oh man, that's some like suicidal stuff, man. That's speaking to young girls right now. His mother got her daughter a cake with the Grim Reaper on it in a graveyard, and it had like a purple sky, and it said like rip me or something. And she had this big picture of Billie Eilish on her, on her shirt, and the mother looked like she looked like she was like maybe in her 60s. It might have been the grandmother, I don't know. But the mother looked like she didn't even know what, and I remember taking the order too. It was just like, sounds really weird. Okay. They were, what would you like on your cake? Oh yeah, the Grim Reaper. And this girl had to have been like 10 or 11 years old, and she looked like she was just like sick of the world. I was just like laughing, at the cake, because I was like, oh man, whoa, look at this thing, and I was just like, who's this for? And the mother was like, oh, this is for her, and she didn't even answer. She just had this face like, and like just looked so despondent and detached. And I've never listened to Billie Eilish. I know that she spoke for Joe Biden. I know that she was a paid puppet to do that. And this girl, man, it was just fucking sad. I was like, this is the youth, man, Why would you do something like that? Why would you make music that, knowing full damn well how negative it is, and knowing like that you're fucking with death, and you're flirting with danger, and you pushing that on the children? Man, I don't know how the fuck you sleep at night, And I mean, people have, as I said, man, you just grow up and you're programmed and influenced. Like everything is influencing constantly on like subconscious levels, and you don't even grow up with consciousness unless your parents, are helping you guide the way, and they're like fucking intelligent people, spiritual people. But if you could tell that some of these kids, their parents ain't spiritual. Some of us, it takes us a long time. You have to go through some hard lessons, I definitely went through some hard lessons to get to this point. You lose people along the way. Roll down this window. Yeah, you lose them to. You're losing the things that just, they is out of your control, And you love them. There's nothing you could have done. But then you gotta look at yourself. And you gotta get right with that. You gotta get right with that first. It's a hot day today. Let's see. There's a painting. There's a painting that we did the ASMR on last time. I went ahead and did it. Took me 2 days, or just 2 sittings. And March Cole. Really learn a lot about this. Really learn a lot. Yeah. Go ahead and cover somebody's style, you know. And you try your best to, you know. There's a lot going on in this thing. Put it there by the window so people can see it. I have my art on display up there. I got any paint on my fingers. There's my copy of this Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, this talks about the ultimate, it ties into the episode, the ultimate, like, threat for the immaterial, for the soul that is going to Krishna, is that of lust and bondage. You know, 5%ers teach that. I'd say about all the religions teach this. It's the ultimate thing that keeps you in the material world. Imagine imagine your life is like an S&M dungeon, and you always go back down to the dark place to get satisfaction. And that's your spirituality, you know, your sex magic. I don't know if you're gonna ever find your way out. That's why they tell you that's the ultimate one, the lust. So this Lent, riding with Jesus, walking with Jesus, being, you know, that's my thing. You know, now, you know, that's been my thing. As I said, I already got weak and I already had wine, so it's just the second day of sobriety. You can do it. You know, if you lost right now, there's a reason why. There's a reason why they got you on lockdown. There's a reason why they got you at home. There's a reason why they got masks on you. And you need to get out of that loss. That, you know, that's what it's called, being lost. You need to get out of that place, being lost. You seek, you know. You gotta really want that spiritual life. You gotta really want it, because when you start doing that, every day is like a test. Every day, everything. So many temptations, man. We ain't talking about Smokey Robinson. What we got here? Arjuna said, the sun god Vivasavan, if I'm saying that right, is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed this science to him? And then they break it down. Yeah, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bach, Bhaktivedanta Ante Swami Prabhupada Ada. Forgive me, I'm saying it wrong. Probably. I'm saying it wrong. Bhagwan. Bhagwan Bulu. Is that Bhagwan Bulu? Bhagwan Bulu. Bhagwan Bulu. Siri Bhagavan Yuvaka Bahumi Me Yavayatitana Jai Mama Jai Mane Tava Karjuna. Te Aham Veda Sarvini Na Tevam Veta Paratapa. The Blessed Lord said, "Many, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember them all, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy." Many, many incarnations of the Lord is stated there. Let's go to the Bible. Oh yeah, let's read the Lent for today. There, we're on the, where are we at? Yeah, we're on Wednesday. This is the second week of Lent. Can't plead ignorance. Command that these two sons of mine sit, one at your right and the other at your left, in your kingdom. Matthew 20:21. Alright. Random Bible passage. Whoops. Man, I got way too many bookmarks in here. Or not enough. Oh. It's okay. Yeah, I read Daniel. Oh, it feels like spring. There we go. Wake up, you drunkards, and weep and wail, all you wine drinkers, over the sweet wine, for it is cut off from your mouth. For a nation has invaded my land, powerful and innumerable. Its teeth are lion's teeth, and it has the fangs of a lioness. It has laid waste my vines and splintered my fig trees. It has stripped off their bark and thrown it down. Their branches have turned white. Lament like a virgin dressed in sackcloth for the husband of her youth. The grain and offering and the drink offering are cut off from the house of the Lord. The priests mourn. Ministers of the Lord, the fields are devastated. For the ground mourns, for the grain is destroyed. The wine dries up, the oil fails. Be dismayed, you farmers, wail, you vine dressers, over the wheat and the barley, for the crops of the field are ruined. The vine withers, the fig tree droops, pomegranate, palm, and apple. All the trees of the field are dried up. Surely joy withers among the people. A call to repentance and prayer. Put on your sackcloth and lament, you priests. Wail, you ministers of the altar. Come pass the night in sackcloth, you ministers of my God. Grain offering and drink offering are withheld from the house of your God. That was Joel 1:5 through 13. What is this? Alright, time to get these chia seeds in this moss. I should put my food in the trunk. It'll melt. Or doesn't get it tastes like Thank you. God bless you. taking this a New Jersey drive, riding with Jesus. God grant us serenity, strength, tranquility, grace, and style. Knowledge, tolerance, empathy to deal with this day.